Decimals are a form of fractions. Example, 2.356, 47.301, 8.930, 8.903, I beg your pardon. Figures after the decimal point are pronounced one by one. This very one, for example, is pronounced 47.301 and not 47.301. Decimal help us evaluate if a number is rational or irrational. If a fraction or any form of number evaluates to an approximate value, it is a rational number. Let me illustrate this statement with an example. Three over 10 is the same thing as 0.3. 0.3 is an approximate value. So 3 over 10 is a rational number. If a fraction or any other form of number does not evaluate to an approximate value, it is an irrational number. Suppose we have root 5. Root 5 is the same thing as root 5 is the same thing as 2.23606 dash dash dash. It keeps going on and on and on. This is not an approximate value. So root 5 is an irrational number. Decimal places are determined by counting the number of digits after the decimal point. Example, simplify 16.200732 to 5 dp, 4 dp, and 3 dp. dp stands for decimal point. Okay, to simplify 16.00732 to 5 dp, we start by counting after the decimal point. So I have 16.200732. I'm going to round it up to 5 decimal places. So I'm going to start counting after the decimal point. 2 is the first digit after the decimal point. So I'll start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll also include the zeros, as long as they are in between non-zero digits. Zeros in between non-zero digits are counted. Let me go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will stop here. That means 16.200732 to 5 decimal place will be equal to 16.2007.3. Okay, what about 16.2007.2? 2000732 to 4 decimal places. First, let me copy it down here. So I'm going to count 4 places after the decimal point, starting from here: 1, 2, 3, 4. So 16.200732 to 4 decimal place is 16.20. Oops. 16.2007. What about to 3 decimal places? One, 2, 3. I have to stop here. Notice that the third 0 is preceded by 7. Okay. So it's going to be 16.201. Once again, notice that the third 0 changes to 1. This is because the next number is equal to or greater than 5. That's 7. 7 is greater than 5. So it has been rounded up to 1 and added to the last decimal place. If the number following the last decimal place is equal to or greater than 5, it is rounded up to 1 and added to the last decimal place. Next, we look at significant figures. Significant figures are determined by counting the non-zero digits. Depending on the position of the first non-zero digit, the counting may start before or after the decimal point. Let's look at these 2 examples. Express 0.002246 to 3 SF. SF stands for significant figures. To express 0.002246 to 3 significant figures, I will need to start counting from the first non-zero digit, which is 2. The first non-zero digit is 2, so I will need to start counting from here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. I'll stop at 4. But the number immediately after 4 is 6. Immediately after 4 is 6, and 6 is greater than 5. So this has to be rounded up to 1 and added to 4. So 0.002246 to 3 significant figures will be the same thing as 0.00225. The second question says express 927.60 to 2 significant figures. For this question, the first non-zero digit is 9. So I'll start counting from 9. That means I'll start counting before the decimal point. This is because the first non-zero digit is located before the decimal point. 1, 2, I'll stop here. But the number immediately following the 2 is 7. And 7 is greater than 5. So we round it up to 1 and add it to 2. That signifies that 927.60 to two significant figures will be 980. For significant numbers before a decimal point, all the number spaces after the last significant figure become 0. Take note. Okay, place value. The place value of a digit is its magnitude compared to its base. I'll use only base 10 in this case. Now consider this 4,632. Starting from the right, 2 is unit. 3 is tens. 4 is thousand. 6 is hundred. And 4 is thousand. So we have 4,600, 3 tens, and 2 units. Once again, consider this. $48.384. For figures with decimal point, the third decimal point is thousands. So starting from the right, 4 is thousands. 4 is thousands. 8 is hundreds. 3 is tens. Tenths. That's how it should be. Thousands, hundreds, tens. Our last topic for today is approximation. Approximations is a method of counting to the nearest whole. Such wholes could be tens, hundreds, thousands, etc. Okay, example. Round off 24.765 to the nearest whole. There are rules for doing this. To make it easy for you, I have spelled them out one by one, so that you just follow them one by one as they are arranged and then do the calculation. Round off 24.765 to the nearest whole. The first thing you need to do is to locate the place value of the whole. This is the whole is talking about the whole number 24. Now the place value is a 4 unit. The 4 is a unit. The 4 is a unit. So the nearest whole number to 24 is 25. Because after 4 is 5. That means we have 25. Okay, in the second step, we are in the second step now. To round up 24 to 25, we have to look at the next digit after the decimal point. Is it greater than 5? Yes. The next digit after 4 is 7 and is greater than 5. So you round it up to 1 and add it to 4. So 24 becomes 25. Well, we have to skip the last step. The last step says if the next digit is less than 5, leave the current whole. Actually, the next digit is greater than 5, and we have rounded it up to 1 and added to the last decimal a significant figure. So we're going to leave this step out. Completely. Here's another example, round off 182.66 to the nearest 100. Locate the place value of the whole. We are to round up to the nearest 100. 1 is the digit whose place value is 100. The number 1 is the digit whose place value is to the nearest 100. Okay. From 2 is a unit and 8 is tens. Now if the next digit is greater than 5, where is step 2? If the next digit is greater than 5, round it up to 1 and add to the whole. The next digit after 1 is 8. Let me break the numbers here. 182.66. The next digit after 1 is 8. And 8 is greater than 5. So we round up to 1 and add it to 1. So our 1 becomes 2. That means 182.66 to the nearest whole is 200. To the nearest 100 is 200.